You ever feel like the ground's crumbling beneath you and no one's coming to save you? Everything's spinning, plans collapsing, people changing, nothing making sense. It feels like chaos. But for the Stoics, it was just another day. Marcus Aurelius led during plagues, wars, betrayals, and through it all, he kept a calm most people couldn't fake for 5 minutes. So what did he know that we don't? Today, we break down exactly how he did it, why he didn't panic, why he didn't complain, and why part 3 will completely change the way you think about fear and control. If any part hits you deep, I want to know. Drop it in the comments. Part 1. Stabilize the inner world first. When everything outside feels like it's falling apart, the first instinct is to panic. You try to fix things. You try to force outcomes. You grasp at control. But the Stoics knew that's the trap. The more chaotic the world gets, the more still you need to become. Not passive, not numb, just still. Because the first battlefield is not the world, it's your reaction to it. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, not as an emperor, but as a man trying to stay grounded. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When everything feels out of control, your job isn't to control more. Your job is to stabilize your thoughts. That means stepping back, watching what's going on in your head. Are you catastrophizing? Are you making fear bigger than it is? Are you replaying worst-case scenarios on loop? Because what you feed grows. If you feed panic, you get paralysis. If you feed perspective, you get power. The Stoic mindset starts here. You slow down the noise inside before reacting to the noise outside. That's what Marcus did during war, during loss, during sickness. He went inward. Not to escape, but to recalibrate. And from that inner stillness, he chose his next move. Most people run around trying to fix their circumstances when what they really need is to fix their state. Calm is a decision. Clarity is a discipline. You don't wait for things to settle down. You become the one who settles. Because if your mind is steady, the storm doesn't own you anymore. And maybe the situation doesn't change overnight, but your response does. And that's where the shift happens. So before you react, before you post, before you spiral, pause, breathe, stabilize the inner world first. Because once you do that, you remember, the chaos isn't in control. You are. Part 2. Accept without complaint. Act without delay. The Stoics didn't waste energy wishing life were easier. They looked at reality, however brutal, and said, "All right, this is what I've been given. Now, what will I do with it?" That mindset is rare, because most people resist what's already happened. They complain, overthink, rewind the scene 100 times. But Marcus Aurelius made it clear. Don't argue with what is. The obstacle becomes the way. In other words, whatever stands in front of you is now your path. Not something to curse, not something to avoid. It's a challenge to be met. So when everything feels out of control, the first move is acceptance. Not passivity, not giving up, but accepting the reality exactly as it is. Why? Because acceptance clears the fog. You stop wasting time arguing with the past. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What now?" And that's where part 2 kicks in. Act. Not someday. Not when it's perfect. Now. The Stoics believed that clarity doesn't come from waiting. It comes from moving. Epictetus said, "First, say to yourself, what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Not dream it, not journal it. Do it. You lost something. Accept it. You're afraid. Good. Move anyway. You feel stuck. Then take the smallest possible step. But take it. Because motion builds momentum, and momentum creates strength. The longer you wait, the heavier everything gets. But when you act, even imperfectly, your power comes back online. Stoicism is a warrior's mindset. You don't just sit with your pain, you move with it. Accept without complaint, act without delay. Because the pain doesn't go away when you think about it. It goes away when you walk through it. No whining, no waiting, just movement. That's how Marcus survived wars, betrayals, plagues, and pressure most people couldn't handle. He didn't control the chaos, he accepted it, and then he moved forward anyway. So ask yourself, what are you still resisting? And what can you do right now to rise above it? Part 3. Return to the present moment, again and again. Your mind loves to time travel. It replays what already happened. It predicts what might. And in the process, it drags you away from the only place you can actually live, right here. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." Why? Because the present moment is the only thing that isn't a story. It's real, it's solid. It's all you can truly influence. But most people miss it. They're caught in loops, regret about the past, anxiety about the future. Their body's in the room, but their mind is miles away. And so they suffer. The Stoic way isn't about detaching from life. It's about fully entering it. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because when you're grounded in the present, you don't panic. You don't overreact. You deal with what's actually happening, not your imagination of it. Think about it. Right now, in this exact moment, you're breathing. You're alive. That's all you need. The rest? It's noise. And yeah, you'll drift. Your mind will pull you back to the past. It'll leap ahead to the future. That's normal. The discipline is in returning, again and again. When the thoughts spiral, come back. When fear kicks in, come back. When you start imagining every possible outcome, return to what's real. This breath, this step, this choice. That's how the Stoics survived what would have broken most people. They didn't live in yesterday. They didn't stress about outcomes they couldn't control. They locked in on the moment right in front of them and gave it their full attention. So if life feels overwhelming right now, don't try to solve everything at once. Just come back to this moment and then do the next right thing. That's all. Because your power, your peace, is only ever found in one place, right here.